why don't we just get started then on the program today then, shall we? JD here, good to have you on board. Do appreciate you guys taking your time to spend it with us here on the program where intellectual anarchy is encouraged and nurtured for now. Jesse producing, Don producing, and working the dials. Phone calls at 800-876-4123. And the poll question up there for you today, courtesy of the Republican National Committee. They've stated that attacking Obama personally is too dangerous. Communications Director Sean Spicer says, quote, it makes more sense to focus on his failed policies than on personal attacks, end quote. What do you say to this? Nobody disagrees. Attack personally. 39% say agree, policies over personal. 48% say a healthy dose of both. A healthy dose of both?
Nice.
Thank you very much. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. 12% say GOP getting ahead of their own baggage, perhaps? Might be a little bit of getting ahead of themselves on what might to become them when they start to open up and have the political TSA going through the GOP baggage to see what they have in their luggage. The National Republican Committee deciding maybe we're to back off on these personal attacks. This might be something we should want to do. And be careful what you ask for, because a couple days ago, Dana Perino, the former White House hoax babe under George Bush, said that Obama was sending the wrong message with his family enjoying a sunny 17-day Hawaiian vacation funded in part with U.S. tax dollars, while millions of Americans settle for a blue Christmas. Dana Perino said the Obama vacation just looks bad. I know that the president always works. They set up the command center. It's like a national security room. For me, it's perception. Martha's Vineyard, Hawaii. If you're going to places like that and for 17 days, you're asking for trouble. Now, President Obama and his family will use their own money to rent a private beachfront residence in Oahu. Described as a winter White House, the rental cost is $3,500 a day, $75,000 a month. But taxpayers probably have to kick in $1 million to cover the added security and accommodations for the president's entourage and transportation. The Plantation Estate at Paradise Point, with the Obama's vacation, was featured on the cover of Ocean Home magazine in the April 2010 issue. 7,000 square foot rental, features 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, a media room with surround sound, kitchens suited for a master chef, a dining room, a great room, a secluded lagoon-style pool with tropical waterfalls, and a lavish island spa. The Ocean Lanai and Garden Lanai also showcase ornate landscaping and stunning views of the bay and Mount Olomana. All right. Mitt Romney, also commenting on the president's personal plans, his vacation, he said that, basically the idea of a president being hands-on doesn't mean getting a better grip on the golf club. So Obama has come out now and said, I'm not going to Hawaii. So you see, it works. Personal attacks do work. Be careful what you wish for. Obama said, fine. Michelle and the girls are going to have a great time in Hawaii. They don't need me there, after Romney blasted Obama's vacation plans. So Obama turns around and says, okay, well, then it's going to be unacceptable if House Speaker John Boehner adjourned for Christmas next week without extending a 2 percentage point reduction of the payroll tax. And he said, we're going to keep pushing Congress to make this happen. Now, White House hoaxperson Jay Carney told reporters that he would be surprised if Congress left town for the Christmas break without extending the payroll tax. The president said himself quite explicitly that if necessary, I think I'm paraphrasing, be here through Christmas. So they can all sit around, stay together in town, finish work on the payroll tax holiday, unemployment benefits, other issues. So Obama calls their bluff on them criticizing his 17 Hawaii day vacation. And he says, all right, I'm staying. Now, what does that do to the perpetually tan, chain-smoking, golf club swinging John Boehner? Now he's got to turn around to his Republicans and say, guys, you got to stay in town. What do you mean we got to stay in town? We got fundraisers planned in the district. I have to get back and do things. Even Harry Reid, he's got to get back to his avocado and his persimmon and his pomegranate trees and his ability to come back and put his doofus sons into positions. like attorney general, district attorney, I don't know, whatever the other, Rory Reid, whatever he's going to be shilling for him for these latest couple of weeks. But now the Republicans are going to have to stay in Washington, D.C. because Obama said fine. Now, what do you think is going to happen? After the Republicans go, a grip on the economy doesn't mean a grip on a golf club. 88 days he's been playing golf while the country is going through the worst. We're going to have a blue Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Obama goes, fine, I'm here. Now, all Obama has to do is change the travel plans for himself. And yes, it's going to take $1 million for Air Force One to fly him for Hawaii, $140,000 for each C-17 cargo aircraft, for the limos, the helicopters, the support equipment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now Boehner has to say, well, the president's staying, but we want to go. Should we stay? What do we have to do? Right now, Boehner's getting heat from the Republicans going, what the hell are you thinking? We're going to stay here through the Christmas break? Are you out of your mind? Now, if they leave, who wins that one? Obama, because Obama stayed. And as soon as Congress leaves, what does Obama do? He has a press conference. He says, I can't do anything here by myself, even though we know he doesn't care about Congress, and he can do anything he wants to do without Congress. He's just going to say, they left town. And there's going to be a picture of Obama standing there. Nobody else is going to be around him. And he's going to go, I'm trying to get money in your paycheck. I'm trying to make sure that you have some extra do-re-mi for the holidays. But if you look around, there ain't nobody else here. And in the game that Obama's playing, where it's them, meaning us, versus them, meaning them, who's going to win that game? Obama is going to win that game because he's going to be the last man standing there with no one else standing around him, helping him to do what's so desperately needed to put money in people's pockets so Tiny Tim can get the goose. Yet one more time, the stupid Republicans going after the symbolism of a Hawaii vacation. As if the Republicans don't do that stuff themselves. I've been to those conferences. I've been to those conventions. I've been to those little confabs where they get together at five-star hotels, and it's golf, and it's spa days, and it's gifts in your room, and it's accommodations paid, anything and everything you want taken care of. But you see, it's only, oh, wait a minute. Oh, they all do it. It's all just a giant show. That's all it is. It's just a giant game. But I'm telling you, this refrain from personal attacks against Obama is coming from the Republican National Committee. Because finally, after all these years, they're getting hip to the fact that as much as they've tried to drive down Obama's personal approval rating, and it is down from what it was, it's not going down to the degree that the Republicans would like to see it go down. Their attacks on him, their attacks on Michelle, on the garden in the White House, the sleeveless dresses, the art in the Oval Office, the audacity of taupe, the colors of the Oval Office, all of this stuff. He doesn't wear an American flag lapel pin like the Great American Focus Group phony on Fox. He doesn't hold his hand a certain way. He doesn't stand a certain way. All of this is nonsense. And the Republican National Committee is finally realizing that it's about the policies. You can beat this president on his policies because his policies are ruinous for the country. Spend, spend, spend. Overload the system. Bring it to its knees. Decry the excesses of capitalism, and government comes to the rescue. That's the Obama plan. But when you're constantly nitpicking at this guy over lapel pins and sleeveless dresses for his wife, and the fact that she was dancing cheek to cheek with her husband, and did you see how happy they were at that event? God forbid two people are happily married, in love with each other, and enjoy in the fishbowl that they live raising their children. God forbid that happens in America. Well, what's happening right now is the Republican National Committee is getting hip to the fact that that is a losing hand. The winning hand is to go after this guy and what they should have been going after him on for the first place, policies. And if you're going to go after the president on policies, you damn well better make sure you got something else to offer up. What are you for, not against? Because Fox News, the Republican National Committee, NRCC, white stupid guys in Republican talk radio, all they want to talk about is they're not Obama. We're not him. We didn't say that. He hung out with them. We would never do that. If it was up to us, what would it be? What are you selling? Nothing but gloom and doom and bad news. And the bad news exists. Don't get me wrong. We understand that. We're living that. We see that. And there's people that are worse off than some of us are. But the reality is, at a certain point, when you tell somebody they have an ugly dog, they know it long before you know that they know. But know this, at some point, they're going to say, that may be an ugly dog, but that's my dog, and you better back off.
The Jerry Doyle Show.
And yes, so obviously I'm comparing President Obama to an ugly dog, and that's the reason I made that comparison, so I won't be singing the opening night song for Monday Night Football next week. You're going to have to suffer through Faith Hill. 800-876-4123 is the number. As the world burns, not George, but as the world burns, wait to hear the latest on the war on cup of soup. It's the war on noodles, where adult supervision is required. Conservatives hate Amtrak, the post office, IRS, and big government in general. But yet they love big government military solutions to the problems of terrorism. That's an interesting twist. Your tweets, by the way, might not be interesting to most people you send them to, but they're interesting to the Library of Congress because every tweet of every Twitter account ever in existence is going to be archived in the Library of Congress, where they're going to be doing data mining to kind of take a little look-see at what maybe might perhaps be going on at some point, blah, blah, blah. And if you got a problem as a gambler, there's no more problem anymore because they've decided you don't. And if you don't, that means you can gamble again. If you can gamble again, that means you can lose. And if you can lose, that means states can make money. That's a solution to a problem. And why am I not happy that the former Illinois governor, Blagojevich, only got 14 years in prison for 18 counts of conspiracy? Only 14 years? The movie Braveheart comes to mind. I'd like to see the ending of that movie play out in his life, but we can dream, can't we? 800-876-4123.
The Jerry Doyle Show.